So I'm teaching Mel here how to keep track of where we have been to avoid getting lost by just a couple of simple methods that don't require any real equipment. You know, they were saying that rule, which I learned, you know, is that if you see three of something in nature that's repeating, that's an uncommon thing to see. So for example, 3 sticks like this laying out would not naturally occur, and that points in the direction where we're supposed to go. As you go further, we have stepped down these shrubs right here and flattened them, as you can see up there. Each one to kind of let you know, hey, that's where we were. You see how they were flattened? That we're going the right direction. See, so on camera that doesn't look like a challenge, you know, but just wanted to mention, like, you see everything is sharp. There's all these things to catch on, all those thorns on that bush. You know, here's the size of my hand to get in through here, you know, to then get to now here. When you see this plant right here, I mean, it's like trying to walk and then the ground is slippery. I mean, I'm just trying to say that sometimes something as simple as this little path can quite difficult. There it is. Oh. Look at that water. That's delicious, right? Let's get, hey. So, hold on. Yep. Natural water.
Wow, it looks like poop.
Yep. It's a little creek. That's where Charlene fell last time as I tried to cross that log. I was like, she's not a ninja dog. Yeah. So just for anyone thinking, hey, I'm gonna go survive in nature. Lots of filtering. Look at that rock. Wall of rocks next to us. Creeps me out. Anyway, so there's the, yeah, there's the water. But it opens up a little bit now. It's trying to run over there. Our reclaimed water in our cities looks worse than this, and then they fix it up, treat it, and then we drink it. So there's no real difference. Let's see if I can go over there and show you. Okay, so that's just craziness, right? And here's jeez, in my face. Okay, so bam, it's a little nasty running pond. It's kind of pretty. Let me get my light on it. Let's see. So here's that, and then let's see. I don't want to drop my key ring, so right. Put that shit around my finger so I can't drop it. Check it out. Yeah, you see. Just natural water. Man, gonna have to go across there. So I want to talk about a quick little product fail. Now, this is Platypus brand, and you know, I have the adult human pouches, which are great, and they are still great. It's just that these dog ones that come with it, it's still Platypus in collaboration with rough wear for animals. It unscrews, you know, dogs move around, it unscrews, and all the water just starts leaking out of your kit. The thing is, I want to say, if you do go hiking with your dog, you might want to consider one with a handle. So you can pick up your dog like this. Because they're not going to be able to get over everything, and that's something I want to mention about animals. Animals, of course, they're going to move faster than you on foot, but that's the kind of advantage of being a human, is we have the advantage in being able to go vertical. So hope that helps someone. Welcome. Thank you for tuning Neptune Knives. So this is a little update. This is more of like a warning, and it was brought to my attention by 2 of my subscribers, Kilo, Sierra, Alpha, which these guys' names, you'll see them in the comments section of that other video. and Blade Dude 92. So I want to say, first of all, I appreciate you guys' input, and so here, now I feel like I really gotta make a video real fast addressing this. The thing is, I want you guys to know that I like the commentary and the debate. Very informational. Debate. Like, we're talking like some people really are putting their 2 cents in, and it gets sometimes very in depth. And you know what? That's really cool. Like, I really like that, because I feel like that builds the videos depth. It builds the videos information. It makes it even more informative and useful. And so this is one of those examples where they had told me about Quikclot. What they had said is that just in the military they discourage it because, for example, he was saying that it can be near impossible removed from the wound without triggering even more bleeding. He says it's that Quikclot can burn the wound, and that it should just be the last line. And then another person, Blade Dude, had said then the same thing. Again, it's not necessary in the way to remove it; it's by surgery. Okay, look at this FR1 pouch. This is where my Quikclot is. I would love to do a review on this FR1 pouch. I like this FR1 pouch just because you can put so much stuff in it, and yet you can have some heavy duty stuff in here, and yet the pencil out of the way. The what's it called? Everything fits in one place, and so that's great. There's my little FR1 pouch. Okay, so here's where we're talking about Quikclot, little pack right here, and Quikclot. Now, previously I had shown that Quikclot is actually comprised of a kind of like a telfa pad, and inside has beads. And I had said that you can just go ahead and open up the little telfa pad and take individual beads out and preserve it this way, and use it to help seal wounds, which you keep seeing keep happening to me, because that's what happens. And the thing is, now, okay, I'm not a medical expert. I should have said that. Sometimes I just forget. I'm just going to emphasize in all my videos, just let that be known too, that I'm not an expert. This is just my opinion, and it's my personal experience. In my personal experience, applying it directly to a wound, I have never had it burn anything. It never actually, there's no burn. I don't know what that means. And I'm not trying to be smart about that. I'm being honest. It's never actually stuck to a wound either. I've never had to pull it off and then have it remove blood and start bleeding again. But this could be because of two things. This could be because I only leave it on for maybe 3 minutes, at which point the blood stops, and then I take it off. Now, so I should have said though, but let's talk about, if we're talking deep wounds now. I had said small wound care, but like I said, this medical stuff can be very specific, and that's why I want to do this video, so that it's there's no possible I don't want anyone to hurt themselves. If it's a small wound, you could just do that, and I don't really think it's that problematic. If it's a big wound and you're worried about going into your skin, or you're worried about burning your skin, then there's a logic that could follow, which is then I was like, I don't think in my experience, I do have some medical experience. I would say a little bit more than the average person might expect. But the point being is that when you have something like this, okay, so you go and you say, hey, you know what? I don't want this wound, these Quikclot beads to basically stick to my skin. And what you gotta do? You just gotta create a layer. So, let's hypothetically speak. Okay, this I'm applying the tape directly to the wound, which will then stick. But this med tape doesn't stick so bad that when you peel it off, you're like, oh my God, it's pulling on the wound. But let's say, for example, I did that. Okay, and then let's say from here, I then stuck the Quikclot beads onto this, and then wrapped that over. So now you would actually have the wrapping that's made out of paper, then the Quikclot, and then the beads. Then, logically speaking, again, you would never, the Quikclot would not stick to your wound. You wouldn't have to surgically remove it. No matter how large the wound would be, you could actually go ahead and create basically an uber band-aid, I guess you could call it, like a band-aid with better stuff inside. Put the Quikclot in between. So the thing is, okay, so I'm not saying, here's the thing about the medical profession. I can understand that too. And if you guys are not too familiar with when it comes to medical stuff, definitely a doctor in a hospital, he's going to want, why not do the best? It's very by the book. Let's, not incur any more injury or make it more difficult, etc., etc., etc. I'm not saying then that that's not correct, and what I'm saying, like I said, can be very hard to say without, you know, being, you know, how do you say, able to cause a stir or something that could be, you know, this is like risky for me to suggest. That's what I'm saying. I'm not suggesting you go and do this route then. You know, that's fine. For me though, I guess you could say I've never, you know, noticed any of these issues, and I've used it and it's like problem free for me. And in terms of like wound healing, it's fine right after. And maybe you could say it's like you have to rough and tough it out. If you ain't got no option, I would rather not bleed, you know, and very quickly get back to functioning if I have to. And so the only thing I can say personally is, regardless of being scientific or not, this method, there is some logic to what I just said. If you don't want the beads to stick into your wound, or and you don't want to like possibly, you know, be basically difficult to remove, you could just do what I just said, and there, problem solved. And I'm based on my experience, if you don't leave it on for too long, I've never had stick. And I will say this, even if so, in my experience in the outdoor world, you see Quikclot a lot, whether with bicyclists or mountain climbers. I see it a lot, and with my experience with it, I trust my life with it. That's just my personal thing I want to mention. That if I had Mel, you know, that's my wife, me, or my dog, and we are injured, I trust Quikclot and I want to have Quikclot and I will use it. You know, it's kind of like one of those things. You know, you're going to have those things that you're more proficient with, that you're more comfortable with, and you know, just like I'm comfortable with a DC 3-stone and pushing hard on it because I know it doesn't depress and remove the edge. Everyone has their preferences. You know, I like over-the-shoulder bags rather than backpacks. You know, everyone's going to have their preference. In terms of medical use, I prefer this versatility that this med tape, the Quikclot, and the other tape, of course, the tent tape, all provide. They give me the option of creating a durable bandage of any size. You know, and again, my ability to create a smaller or longer version of a Quikclot packet and do this over and over and not have to use up, you know, not just be a simple bandage, but, you know, I have options. Do I want to go this route, which will, you know, nevertheless, if you do this, you know, your wound will start to get soggy. So this is only if you need protection on that wound so that you can do something. You know, for example, if you have like something on your heel, a cut on your heel, but you need to walk still, you just apply this on your heel when you get home. You know, but if you can't get home, or even if, you know, like I said, you need that function now, this is the method I use, and I personally, in my experience, I'm fine, had no problem with it, and I like it, and probably going to continue to use it. But I do want to mention then this as a warning, that in an update, that those are some possibilities, so please take that in consideration, what they said, because I don't think they're incorrect. But at the same time, you know, you're going to have to pick and choose. Like I said, for me, I trust it, and this is what I've been using, and I've had no issues so far, you know. But when I weigh my options, they were saying, you know, you could put cold water to help the wound, of course, you know, because that'll slow things down. But at the same time, then I was like, you could use ice cubes too. Shoot, you know, if you're at home, you know, I mean, heck, if you wanted to, you could burn a wound shut. You know, it's not. But you know what I'm saying? Like, a doctor would never recommend burning a wound shut. But I mean, shoot, sometimes what are you going to do? You know, the logic here is just that, you know, if you're not home, you don't have those things. I don't have cold running water to just pour. Thank you to both you guys though, and please, everyone, when you see these vids, you know, note that they're made, and then of course, you know, from there comes the education. You put it out there, and then you get the feedback. So when you're watching these vids, please note that I annotate any important things I've learned from people, or any important comments in the description box, and please read some of the comments, as you'll see some very interesting input and other people's personal experience. And that's what's kind of so great about this whole YouTube thing. You can just really kind of explain and spread, and then, you know, oh, and then this is my little upper one patch, which one day I'm supposed to go over soon. I will get towards that, you know. And you can see here from the Quikclot package, it says, for temporary external use, control bleeding. It, you can even say, according to some people, you know, if they have blood pressure issues, to not do it, you know. See, this is what they say. They say, leave Quikclot in place. Wrap Secure in the wound. Do not remove until medical care is available. If wound rebleeds, apply new Quikclot sport. Seek immediate medical attention. That's what it's saying right here. You see, so I'm not even following the rules. And but you know what? It stopped the bleeding fast, and this one went really deep. And you know, and I've had cuts on the other fingers and other more severe ones, the ones from the animal bites. And again, you know, the logic here is like saying, you know, if it did get in the wound, there's also that thought of like, okay, well, if I have a splinter in my skin or a rock in my hand, I'm underneath my skin, it's not the end of the world. It's not toxic, obviously, if it's applied, and your body will eventually push it out. And if that's your only option, you know, I would rather. But like I said, I wouldn't leave it in the wound. I wouldn't perhaps risk that, and I should have mentioned that. But you see, so kind of like all those crazy trade-offs. But you can see, I mean, just the ability to quickly clot something. So, thank you.